got a call from the customer. There's a leak on the unit. Yep, I think we've got a leak. Central pipe split. All over everything. Looks like that pipe's been bent in by something. Yeah, so it's got a twist on that. It's bent down. Something's pushed on that. That bottom one's had a tweak on that as well. Right, got the gauges on there. It's pumped down, so all the liquid's going to be in the condenser and up to this valve, so we'll take it out here. It's coming out of the liquid. Got a kilo out so far. See if we can get out of it. It's on R22, so going to need to change the oil. I think this is in mineral oil. Can't read the label on there, but I think the bottom one, I think that says 3GS, so it's about 4 litres. So we'll have to change the side glass in the compressor, and the dryer and a sample valve and side glass probably. There, got 6 kilos out of it. So, just looking at this, I think we're going to order up a new valve. Might even have one in stock. I just looked these up in the book, and it's a ZR12, and the factory Copeland valve is 3/4, and this is actually 5/8. So we need a 5/8 valve with the inch or inch and a quarter, I think that might be. It's a connection on there. Or we'll have to get a 3/4 valve and get a fitting reducer. And then I think I'll get a vibration eliminator to put in there, because the bottom one's gone. I'd do a repair on that. That's had a section put in, join there, and then join over there, because it just developed a crack. I think we'll get a 5/8 vibration eliminator and stick that down here, and then I don't know, we might heat this up red hot so it's softened again and get it tweaked back straight, because that'll be trouble in the future where that's bent. I know it's not going to be going today. I think it'll cope on the lower one. Not got a lot of choice actually. I just used all my gas on another job there, the fusible plug blow, and that's dumped a load of 22 out. So we only do what work with what we've got in the van. Yeah, that's actually sort of split somewhere just under that braze, I think. I think with that rust on there, it might be a bit of a bugger to join to. Mind you, I don't even know if it'll come undone looking at it. Yeah, if we had a valve, then we could have a go. Yeah, I don't know with that. I might spray some stuff on it there, soak in, because that looks pretty rusty. It's quite warm, so it must have cooled this evening's milk down. Let's get there about 8 psi in there, 6 psi. 6.2 kilos. Right, I'm having a go with all the bits I found on the van. Just giving that a go around with a wire brush, clean the threads out. It's worth saving all these rubber bungs when you change your compressor, because something like this you can put it there to stop getting any crap in there. Luckily I had a valve in the van that fitted. I think it's a Copeland compressor, and I think that's a Unite valve, like Tecumseh style, because they have the bigger, I think that's 1.25 inch nut to 5/8, whereas a lot of the other makes would have an inch nut if it was a 5/8 valve. Anyway, that'll go on there, and I've got to put like a 90, but it'll have to be like a swan neck, because that's too long, so I'll have to go down, back up, and then over and join onto there. Then we've got to change the oil, so I think we can get the oil out of here. We've got to put new sight glass in there. These have a weird T-flow combined dryer sight glass, like an automotive one, so I wouldn't have one of those on the van, so we'll have to come back and change that. But hopefully we can get it going today. Right, got that bent, that's what I meant. Dip down and back up. The old bending spring didn't come out of it too well. It slipped off the end of the pipe that I was bending it, so that's the profit gone. So just got those brazed in. That one's not so pretty, but it's tricky brazing uphill and then not setting any of the cables on fire. It's a bit windy here, that's my excuse. So we need to get that nipped up. Then we've got the capillary for the pressure switch to go on here. Leak check it. We've got to change the oil. So we'll do that next. Get that capillary done, then we'll change the oil. Sucking the oil out with a little oil pump. It's meant for doing like lawnmowers and stuff. Holds about 2 litres, so we'll have to empty it twice because this holds 4. But if we can get that down below the level of the sight glass, we can take the sight glass out and get the rest of it out that way. Right, we've got what's that? 1.3 litres out through there. We've got the sight glass took out. We'll see what we can get out of there. These hold about 4 litres, but it might have 3 in there. The rest of it might be around the system. Got some fresh oil. I put the waste oil in a petrol or diesel container because it copes with any pressure that builds up when some gas comes out of the oil. They're designed for the sort of pressure of petrol vapours, so that's what I've been using. Get 5 litres in there. Needs a few more pumps, I think. Needs 2. Right, I've got the oil filled up. It's right at the top of the sight glass. I think these tend to run near the top, if I remember rightly. Pressure tested it, checked all our joints, checked that didn't leak, all our brazed joints and everything. Got a cap on there. Vacuum pump going now. Wait until we get a good vacuum. It's down on the gauge. I'll get the back gauge out in a minute. See how it's doing. And dump some gas in it. And I've got to come back and do some of the bits, so we're just doing enough to get it to run. Be okay until next week when I can get back with a solenoid and a and it might take a bit longer. I've got to get a automotive style dryer and sight glass to go in there. That's the style dryer they normally have on them from the factory. Though this one you can actually unscrew the dryer and keep the sight glass there. The factory ones are all in one. That's a bit grubby. Actually this side, somebody's changed it. Got a normal dryer, normal sight glass. So that'll be okay, it's just that solenoid valve. So we'll come back and change that. And the dryer, put a new dryer in there. I've just used one on the last job. I had two jobs on one day, same thing, R22 tank, no gas. It's lucky I had enough oil to do this one because it holds 4 litres. Right, anyway, let's see how that vacuum's doing. Right, it's down to about 3,000 if you shut the pump off. Give it a bit longer. Got a kilo left in that one. That one's got 11 kilos. I've got a feeling these, we took 6 out. I've got a feeling they hold 8 or 9. There's no receivers on them, it's just an oversized condenser. That crackling noise is static from the refrigerant going through the hoses. Be careful because last time I'd done it like that I blew my scales up, which is why I've got the new ones. Bottle must have got all charged up, and when I went to shut it off it shorted out and killed the scales. Anyway, we've got 700 grams out of this one. Let's see how much we can get out of this before we can run it. Right, got 8 kilos dumped in that roughly, and it's not come on for some reason. So we've had a look in here, push the contactor in and the fans don't come on. So I'm wondering whether we've got a failure with the fans and it's been going on and off on the high pressure switch, and that's what's fractured that pipe. We're losing the light here, it's getting dark. The bottom one, if you poke the contactor in, fans on. But the bottom one should also be running. Both the solenoids are energised, so we've got a problem with that as well. So we're not having a good day really. I need to get at least one of them working. I wouldn't have these motors in stock, so if they're knackered, I'm going to have to order them. And that one sounds like it's got a bearing going. Anyway, I'll see if I can. I'll have a rummage about, see if I can find out why it's not working. If I don't get too knackered, I'll video it. Okay, what we've found. Tester on there. And if I put the other lead, that's on an earth. If I put it on there, see the lights lit up. That's on a neutral. That's the unit side of the switch, and that is the supply side. Unit side, supply side. So what's happened is we've lost the neutral through that switch. So the control circuit's live to telling it to run, but it can't complete the circuit. So that switch is failed. Okay, what we've found is that capacitor there that does the fans, that's a 40 and a 10, so that one's blown, you can see. So that's probably why they're not working. So I've got a 50. I'm just checking it now, it's reading 48.9, so that's good. I've just got to wrap it up in tape, same as that one, so it doesn't short anything out. Because it's a aluminium bodied, it's probably the same as that one, it's about the same size. might not have worked for a while. It may well have just been running on the one unit. There we are, full sight glass. That's what we want to see. That's warm, so that one should be on. And this one's lost the phase. It's lost the blue phase, which they are using as the start of the control circuit. So there's quite a little lake in that switch. It's the blue phase or the grey phase, because we've changed the wiring colours. It's now brown, black, grey, and it used to be red, yellow, blue. Black used to be a neutral, now blue's a neutral. Black that used to be a neutral is now a phase, or a line, just to confuse things. Basically these two new switches as well. I have to add that to the list. Right, I can see that delay time is lit up now. That's for that one. The other one's got that Supco one set for about 2 minutes. Yeah, so these two new switches. Solenoid valve dryer. Hopefully it's going to fire up. What's the time now? Oh, here we are. 20 past 10. Right, that's just pumped down both of them. Okay. Right, pack up time. The van's a mess, look at it. Stuff stacked all over the place. Should turn the light on. Better. Yeah, absolute tip.